Coach, I'll give you the floor to start things off.
Thanks, John. Yeah, good evening, everybody. First, I'd like to congratulate Jay Reid on his first MLS start, as well as his first assist in MLS, as well as Michael Wenzel. He's appeared for us before in the Champions Cup, but the MLS debut, the #1, is a big thing for him. Yeah, and Roman saves his first penalty. He's getting closer, we're getting closer. So the soccer gods aren't with us as of late. We keep on pushing, we keep on keeping the spirits high, and we're moving on. I thought the support was awesome tonight. I thought it was fantastic. And just the acknowledgement of the fans after the game when we did the round, very supportive, very embracive of what we're trying to do here. So appreciate them for that. And then, yeah, it's been a tough couple of weeks. So, get the batteries recharged now, and we look forward to a Vancouver trip.
Coach.
Thank you.
Steve?
Coach, Indiana didn't start Wednesday. Is this the kind of reaction you expected out of him? He was a monster.
Yeah, Indy through not through performance-wise or not through, just trying to manage the loads in each individual game and just trying to push guys in different ways. So I don't, it's not performance-related. It's just personnel-related, tactical relation, and trying to get him a breather here and there. So he puts in tons of work in training, puts in tons of work on game days. So, and again, it brought the desired effect. Yeah.
Were you happy with the offense tonight? You created some chances. You were
really
on
happy.
your front foot.
I thought we created a lot of moments through the lines. I thought we could have been cleaner in transition a little bit. Some wayward passes. Can we connect in the final third? Can we connect on the weak side? Can we play vertical in the red zones? So I thought we missed a couple of crucial moments. But having said that, we had a ton of looks, and we had some really nice moments. I thought Edu Löwen was also excellent tonight. And just his willingness to defend in the 94th, 95th minute, a sprint at full pace to do what's best for the team. And that just shows what kind of teammate he is. So, I thought I saw many positives tonight, and we'll take these away for sure.
Charlie?
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Charlie.
Stats show that Bürki saved just over 2 goals above expected. Single-handedly, not single-handedly, but was a big piece in keeping you guys in the game. Could you speak on how he's been performing lately?
Yeah, really good. He's on a good pathway. Yeah, he knows what happened last week, Wednesday, or this past Wednesday. And he was the first guy out on the training field on Thursday morning. So, he's professional enough to put those away in the trash can, but he's honest enough to know and lift his hat where it's needed and take steps forward as a leader. And today he was back to his usual self, and very crucial at critical moments. Could we have put the game to bed away earlier? I think yes. We hit the crossbar. We have a couple moments. We have some penalty calls. There's a few things that we are really pushing in the final third. Nukvi has a breakaway. Edu slips him through in a 1v1. Brad comes out and makes a good save. So, we had enough positive looks, and that's all I want to see from my group is just the willingness to get in behind, the willingness to create, the willingness to move the line at the back, to keep it compact and connected. And I saw a lot of good things. I saw a good team spirit before the game. Even at halftime, there was good constructive moments. So I saw a very energized, gelled group together, fighting for each other. And this is a very important sign for me. And then Roman is the guy that, at the back on the last line makes big saves for us to give us hope going forwards.
Justin?
Coach Jay Reid gets called up today and then immediately makes the start. How far in advance did you kind of decide that he was going to be in the lineup today? And then how do you think he did? Because he had a lot of action, especially in the early moments.
Yeah, we've had some big weeks with a lot of our players. We've been short on defenders in certain aspects. We have Joachim, we have Josh pushing minutes and getting overloads. We have Kai Hebert absent. We have Akil Watts pushing minutes. And, we see a lot of intensity in our games. And we see a lot of moments where guys, to roll back defenders, just look at Totland, he ran out of gas today as well. So, we knew this on Thursday morning that this could be a potential to put Jay in. So we made all the necessary arrangements. We know we can call him up twice. We know he's had some MLS experience as well. We know he plays in our principals. We know he's doing a great job at City 2. So for us, it was a no-brainer.
Was that simple as, seeing his City 2 performances and just knowing that he'd be able to step in and kind of do that similar role?
Yeah, we train very, very similarly. We play in the same intensity. He comes from a background that stylistically suits his game. He's the quickest player in the club, hands down. So yeah, he has moments to iron out. If there's anything to iron out on the back line, It's totally normal and natural to be getting cramps, in the 95th, 98th minute or whatever it was. Totally normal, totally natural. But, that he went and lasted so long did surprise me. And yeah, we're on the right track with Jay.
Luis?
I'm wondering, season's 5 months old or 5 months young, depends how do you want to view it. But how do you assess the first 5 months and how the team can break from tying games and now winning games?
Sure. Yeah, it's a step, right? It's a step and it's building blocks. And while we're trying to create more in the final third, and I think we've progressed in the final third a lot, and for sure, when you tie games, it means you're in the games. It means you can win the games. Today we were leading, and unfortunately, it doesn't go our way. We get a strange PK call, and we have to accept that. We can't control any outcome of the referees or any circumstances. We just have to accept and move on, and have the mentality. If we concede one, we score two. And today I saw a group that was hungry and showed desire to score the second. And we kept things safe and sound in many moments as needed, despite two new guys in our back line from City 2. So we look at growth in small fractions, and I saw incremental growth, especially on the back line with two new guys who were new to our group. So yeah, it's a process. It's a journey, not as desired for sure as the first 18, 19 games. But again, we know we have a bridge to gap here until July 18th, and then we can receive Jake Goodwood Reich. We can get Cedric Teuchert in the building as well. He arrives pretty soon in a couple of days, actually, so he can be connected with us in training. And that'll give us just the edge and the energy we need, and give a bit of freshness around here.
Thank you.
Just following up on Jaden, just how impressive was it? And was there a thought process when he picks up the yellow to maybe sub in a Marcanic or Watts? And just how impressive was it for him to, finish out the last 30 minutes of his first ever MLS start on a yellow?
Yeah, I don't look too much into that. These guys have good experiences, they know what's needed. And Jake, yeah, I never want to compare, I was a quick play on the back line. So if you do get yourself in a pickle, you have the pace to at least get back without having to make the crazy fouls, right? To move your feet quickly, stay on your feet. Brooks Lennon is a really good overlapping wing back. He's one of the best, if not the best crosser in the league. So Jay had his hands full, and I thought he dealt with it really, really well. So credit to him, credit to City 2 staff, himself, developing in the right way, being open-minded to grow within our City 2 program. And now, the platform's open for competition. I've just spoken to all the defenders. Competition is a good thing. It keeps us all hungry, keeps the desire there. We can't rest on what we've done, a few weeks ago, and making sure that we keep guys, really edgy and wanting to perform the best that they can in training.
And earlier you talked about, being happy with the amount you guys were pushing the back line offensively. That it seemed to slow down a little bit around the 60-minute mark. What were they doing to kind of slow down and take away those runs on the back line?
Yeah, so they started floating Xander Silver in the half space. So, with our orientation, always very connected, always, our sixes were over connected at times. So, I just asked Durkin just to open up the shoulder a little bit just to see, because Michael Wenzel likes to step in, but sometimes you have to shift and get across on the back line. And then they work the ball across one more time and then find Silver. And I think you saw it one play, he turns Michael arrives too late. And then all of a sudden it's a pass, weak side, and Roman comes up big for us. So, I think that was some of the things from the second half that we had to mitigate as the game went on.
Coach, kind of touching on that formation shift, Caden Glover comes in for his longest appearance, I think, especially here at City Park. He hasn't made an appearance with the first team. How do you feel like he did in those moments? You're chasing the lead at that point, and it was a big performance for him.
Yeah, for us not to chase the lead and get out of shape. For us, the discipline in our organizational structure against the ball is very key. So we knew as we had to make changes, we had to push Edu in the 10. We brought on some fresh legs with Jabulo Blom. But I thought Caden kept it to one side. He did exactly as we asked him to do. He had a couple of nifty touches. He could have scored on a set piece, where, he just volleys it over the bar. So he got really close a few times, and it looked like he enjoyed himself. He's smiling after the game. So these are big moments for us as a club. These are big moments for us, as a part of a program, even when it's not going our way, to make sure we believe in our process. And this is very important. And we love having these guys around us, and to see them embracing the challenge and taking on and creating competition with our group. It's good.
Go back to Matt.
seemed like this was easily the most comfortable that Nukvi's looked since he arrived here last year. Can you did you see an improvement in his game, and where did that come from, you think?
Yeah, so there's two things to it, right? So one thing is training time and one thing is game time, So yeah, we need to keep on pushing Nukvi in the right way in terms of, training in the right way, which he does, all right? And then getting to moments as he does do with the 1v1 opportunity, right? Because in training, he's really good at finishing those. In training, it's really clinical, right? So we keep on trying to push the needle with that. And then now it's game time under stress. And you could see him growing after every game. So, the more minutes and you kind of, when it's not going quite your way and you give him 5 minutes and we expect a miracle. And so sometimes, I have to look at myself and see how much game time I'm giving Nukvi because, throwing him in here 5 minutes there is not doing him any favors because, we need to push him in training and then give him game time. So, we always sort of suggest guys maybe keep sharp at City too, right? So we can't force any players to do these things. Sometimes it just takes longer in terms of the development process within our game model, within our philosophy. So, we'll keep on pushing Nukvi along, but if he uses his opportunities, wisely, and he did so today, he pushed himself to his max and he had a couple of good looks, which is very, very good for us. It's a good starting point.
Time for two more.
Oh, I thought one of the best plays, especially early on, was Jose settling that ball off the rebound and then getting the pass into Klaus. It seems like his calmness and his decision making is such a crucial part that has been added to this team. Is there a way that you guys can maybe get him more involved in more touches throughout the game?
Yeah, so it was deliberate to get in between those two lines, between their defensive three and their 2 6s. And I think we got a couple of looks and exactly what we needed. But don't forget, he's not a 10, right? So he's a 6. But we've seen great things. We've played him as a 10 in preseason against LAFC. We've pushed the needle now in the last couple of games, and we've seen great things because he's got that calmness to connect. So we continue to encourage him. We continue to, work with him individually. We continue to show him video. We continue to, push the needle there because we see a lot of opportunities. We see a lot of talent, especially there under pressure, under stress. He has that calmness about him. He shields the ball really well. And he has the eye on the weak side to find the Klaus. As far as projected, I think he's doing excellently,
Time for one more. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Bradley.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Steve.
Indy, just talk about your goal. Give us a little play-by-play on how it happened.
I think Jaden got the ball on the left side, put a looping cross in to Klaus, and then Klaus did very well to knock it down. I just watched it back. I actually didn't really anticipate it kind of too well at all, in my opinion. I kind of just stand there and then kind of react to where the ball goes. But thankfully I was quick enough and it was a good finish. So happy with the goal, but at the end of the day, it's just kind of another frustrating tie at home. So, yeah.
Coach had mentioned you're not starting Wednesday was not a punishment. It was just managing your time. Did that still want you to come out tonight and just kind of show something?
Yeah. Listen, every time that you get to play, on the stage at this level is a blessing and it's an opportunity. So I think most of us share that mindset on this team that when you do get starts and get minutes, you want to try and prove yourself. You want to try to prove to yourself that you belong, prove to your friends, your family, to the fans. You're kind of always trying to play to make somebody proud. And for me, that's my family. So kind of every time I step out there, I just want to try and, prove to myself I'm good enough and prove to, or make my family proud.
You mentioned this is frustrating. Do you guys consider this maybe a step in the right direction or no?
Yes, but I also feel like we've also actually put some pretty decent performances together in the past couple of games. Maybe not Colorado. Who was before Colorado?
Dallas.
Yeah. Against Dallas, I think we played pretty well against Dallas. But we give away 2 goals that I don't think are that good. Haven't seen them back, and that's how I felt in the game. Today again, I feel like we played we stick to our principles and we play well. And yeah, we get a horrendous penalty call against us, which I'm not going to touch on. But yeah, we just need to score 2 goals if that's the case, or 3, and put the game away.
Justin?
And yeah, I guess what were you seeing out there as the game goes on? It seemed like, especially early in the match, you had a lot of, going forward, you had a lot of momentum, and then to get out of that without the goal, was there frustration building before you hit the first one?
Yeah. Frustration building, and then after the first one goes in, it almost feels like, we're going to go more and grab more and, kind of pull away in this game. And yeah, momentum was given back in a way off that penalty call, which isn't ideal. And then I think from then the game was kind of, 50-50 kind of in the balance after Atlanta evened it up. But I think even after our goal, I felt like we were stepping high. We were winning these second balls, winning balls, and it really felt like we were playing in their half. That's how I felt. And the only way they could kind of relieve that pressure was by going a little bit longer. And I thought we dealt with that pretty well. And then there was that 5-minute spell where they ended up getting their penalty, where it was a little bit tougher. But like I said, I don't think we felt too threatened, aside from that one chance from Rios, which I think Tim blocks and Roman saves. But yeah, aside from that, I felt like we had momentum, and yeah, that penalty call was interesting. But yeah, like I said, if stuff like that goes against us, we just got to score 2-3. So that's on us.
I know you've played outside and inside a lot. Just with the switch, just because of the injuries, you've been playing on the wing more than just a central. Is there a conscious decision change for you when you're playing in those different spots, or is it just all come back down to principles, finding the right pass, finding the space where the defense isn't?
Yeah, it's kind of just like game feel.
Yep.
I've played at those positions a lot, many a time. Play a lot within the game as well. I get switched around in the game as well. So it's kind of just game feel and kind of what the game gives you, and where you feel the space is, and if you can take more than one touch, or if you have to play quick. So it's just game feel, really. It has nothing to do for me, it's not really like a mentality or anything. It's just kind of game feel.
Oh, and with that experience, have you talked? A coach was talking about how Jose's playing the 10, but he's really a 6. Have you talked to Jose about any advice with him about being a more attacking player, about a guy who's having to step up and play more forward than usual?
I would love to answer you with yes, but Jose's very intelligent. He's a very intelligent player. He watches a lot of film. Probably knows more about it than I do. So, as much as I would love to give him a little bit of point him in the right direction, I feel like he's got it. Definitely, he's definitely got a good head on his shoulders. He's going the right direction. If he comes to me and asks for advice, I'll gladly give it to him. But I think at the moment he's definitely got it down. So.
Else? Good. Andy, thank you for joining us.
Roman, talk about the PK. You do everything right, and the ball rolls right onto his foot for a rebound. Is that frustrating? It's got to be.
Yeah, I don't know if I was a little bit early off the line. I don't know. But yeah, it's frustrating. The pen was not really good, and it was, yeah, because of that, it was already almost good again. I couldn't really push it away to the side because it was under my body. So it definitely is frustrating, but it's a saved pen, that's something better than the last 10 or 20 I can remember. So yeah.
Justin?
Yeah, Roman, and obviously on the momentum of the match, you grab a goal finally, and then Atlanta comes back, and then it ends in a draw again. How did you feel like after this match, knowing that you've kind of broken through, but you still don't have the result? What's kind of the motivation going into the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time that we score a goal and then we give the game away, or I would say we didn't kill the game. We had chances again to score goals. We didn't do that, or we scored one goal, and I think we defended pretty good. I don't know how many pens we're gonna allow against us this season, but we just need to focus up. We need to be ready in every situation, whatever players on the field. We need to be ready, and we can't give up pens like this. Like I think it's the fourth or fifth pen in a really short amount of time. So that's unbelievable.
Is it just kind of chaos defending at the back that's causing it in those moments?
I think it's like, if you, especially like today, I would say not all of the players were ready for that ball in our box, and in our box you have to be ready to defend. And if you're not ready, you're too late. Maybe you make a foul, and yeah. So we need to step up in defending inside our box. So.
Luis?
The season is 5 months old. How do you assess the first 5 months, and what is the exciting part in the near future with all the players that are coming in from injury and also from the free agency, to say at least?
Yeah, I mean, I know the guys we signed, quality players will definitely help us because sometimes the quality is what we need or what we don't have in certain games. And but today I was actually very happy with Michael Wenzel and Jay Reid. Amazing player, amazing game, and that's something we can look forward to. The young guys, I think Jay with the game today he had, and with the assist, is a brilliant first game, and yeah, I'm excited to see what the future holds for him. So all together, I would say I'm excited for the future. Obviously, the first 5 months didn't go as we planned, as we wanted to, but we need to find a way to come out of this situation and start winning games again.
Else? Go ahead, Andrew.
Roman, you talked about some of the younger guys, such as Jaden. And when in that moment, and when with you as one of the experienced leaders on the team, what's your advice to them in that moment when they have a big moment like their debut?
I just talked real quickly before the game. I talked to him. I said, Jay, the reason why you're here is because you deserve it, because you're good enough. And everybody in the team is here to help you, whatever situation it is. We are here to help. We are always here. If he doesn't know what to do with the ball, just play it back to me, But obviously he did a great job, and yeah, he also had a speech after the game, and he told us that the team made it easy for him, to find himself comfortable in the game.
And then you talked earlier about the importance of focus in the squad. Do you think that the importance of focus also translates over to the squad's reaction after a big referee decision like the penalty decision that was made earlier in the match?
Yeah, I mean, I would say the moments before, we have to defend better. Once the referee blows his whistle, it's already too late. If he decides a pen, and I think other than that, we didn't really give something like big chances away, maybe one, and that's it. So defensive wise, I would say it was a decent performance. But what I'm talking about focus up is like when players who are maybe not defending most of the time of the game, if they have to defend, they have to do it right. They have to be prepared for it. And today wasn't the case.
Charlie?
Hey, Roman. I noticed that this game there was more of players that aren't immediately defending coming in and swarming the ball carrier. Was there a change in the defensive game plan? Because I feel like there was more suffocation of the ball carrier trying to cut off passing lanes and making it so the defender can be more aggressive.
I think it was not a big change. We wanted to stay true to our principles. Obviously, in the past few games, we didn't show our true selves, or we didn't play like our principles. That's why we lost the games. And I think in this game, like I said, with Shaden and with Michael, we had young, fresh players who really know the the worth of this moment for them. Like they want to show, they want to work for it, and I think it was good for us to have these guys today. Yeah, so maybe that's the reason that it looked like it.
Thank you for
Thank you,
joining us.
guys.
For having me.
We'd like to start us off. Justin?
Jay, it's your first MLS start, your first start for the first team here at City Park, and you played a pretty big role. How did it feel out there taking those first steps?
Honestly, it felt huge, Big thanks to my teammates and the coaches for putting their trust in me. And, I just felt like myself out there, I felt like after every single pass, everybody was encouraging me, so that just made the whole transition much easier for me. So I felt like home out there.
Roman said that he gave you a little speech before the game. Did you feel like you had good communication with him?
Definitely. Definitely. Roman, Edu, Tim Parker, the leaders of the team, they really helped me out a lot.
Charlie?
If I'm not mistaken, Roman said that you gave a quick speech after the game. Is that true? Could you
Yeah, I
speak
did.
on, if you're comfortable, what did you kind of summarize it a bit for me?
So basically, almost the same thing I just told you, big thanks to them, but I was actually cut off, One of those, they were like, all right, that's enough, but it's all right, it's all love.
Luis?
What was your reaction whenever you actually saw your name in the first 11? Like, what was like the feelings, whatever, and then did you wanted to call somebody from home or whatever to just say, hey, I'm starting tonight?
Man, it was unbelievable, like, honestly, I'm still trying to take everything in right now. Like, it's not processing yet, It's just, I feel like when I get home, it's all gonna hit me. I just feel like I'm in a dream, Like, part of my dreams are being actualized, and I've worked so hard for this, and I'm just happy that some hard work is paying off, So.
Jay, I think we ask this every week now with City 2 players coming up and playing a pretty big role in the match, but was it pretty easy to just slot into your typical role, or how was the adjustment from City 2 up to the first team today?
Yeah, I would say it is pretty easy, I'm not saying the MLS is easy. The MLS is tough, and also the MLS Next Pro is tough as well. But I just feel like, within the system, the left back role is the same as on City 2, So it's like I've been working my way, learning the position through City 2, and I feel like now the adjustment in City it's not that big of a change, So that's definitely helped me out a lot.
I asked Coach this, and he played it down a little bit. But for you, first MLS start, you pick up a yellow card with about 30 minutes left to play. Did you let that enter your mind at any point through the next 30 minutes? Were there any plays where you were thinking that you had to be a little bit more cautious, and that kind of affected you, or were you able to block that out and just finish those last 30 strong?
I feel like I was able to block that out, But then again, I always have in the back of my mind to just be smart, because I don't want to get a red card and force the team to be down, especially in this heat, So, I play like myself, but I also was cautious,
Coach also called you the quickest player on the team. Is there anybody on the team who, if they hear that, is going to throw their hand up and challenge you to a race?
I know Keel's pretty fast. Keel's pretty fast. Jose is pretty fast as well. So probably those two, Yeah.
Any other questions for Jay? Charlie?
Just saying, Tim Parker was clocked at 21 miles per hour 2 games ago.
Oh, he was.
I mean,
Sheesh. That's pretty fast, though. Pretty fast.
Go ahead, Justin.
Jay, I guess kind of talking through the process a little bit, obviously you weren't necessarily expecting to be here at the start of the week, but Bradley said that, around Thursday, you got the idea that you were going to be available and playing throughout the week. Did it start to feel more real as you got to this day, or what was your process like coming into game day?
So, honestly, yes. Like, when I got the call to train with the first team, I was like, wow, could this be it? Now I need to focus in, like, everything needs to be sharp. Everything needs to be sharp in trainings and practice in the game, So Thursday came, trained with the team, tried to put my full focus. And then Friday, it was the next step. And then I heard about a possibility of being able to get a start. And I was like, wow, is this really happening right now? And then we come in today and I find out. And, you know, I'm just grateful and blessed. You know, I'm
Is it hard to
blessed.
process when it's so coming so
It's
quickly?
very hard to process. You know, it's still processing, you know, like even this moment right here, being in this room, you know, this is the stuff that happens in video games. And I can't believe it's happening to me right now, you know, but I'm grateful though.
I mean, I coach said you got an assist. I'm not. You put in the cross to Klaus, it then kind of falls. Even if it's not officially on the score line, is that gonna? Are you gonna clip that cross off and keep it for a while? On your phone.
Cross off. I'll clip that cross off, but I won't count that as an assist though. But I'm clipping that cross for sure. Yeah.
Anyone else? All right, Jaden, thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, Jaden.
All right,
Congratulations.
take care.
Appreciate it.